Hi everybody, this is Jim Wolf, and our channel is Travel with the Wolf Den. Today's video is on putting together more or less a diesel heater, how to position it in a window. I won't go into too much detail, but we have the H-Calorie Toolbox Max model, and I don't know if you followed our channel before, but previously we had one installed in our Arctic Fox fifth wheel. Worked perfect under the stairs, not this particular model, but it was the smaller one, the 15-inch. Worked well underneath the stairs. I don't want to do that this time. This isn't totally my idea of mounting at the window. A friend of mine, Dan, another fellow camper, came up with this great idea, and I'm about to refine and do a little bit and add it to my trailer, because the new trailer we have, new to us, is a 2016 a Solitude fifth wheel. And the trouble with these is the windows, the big windows, come out in a scissor fashion, and it's tough to get anything underneath there. But Dan discovered these little slider windows, and there's one on each end of ours, and we came up and we got this idea of putting together two pieces of plywood, and I'll show you how it's mounted, and we'll go about that in a few minutes. I'll just show you some of my gear here. This here is what we have: two pieces of plywood, and we have a nut and a bolt on each end. You can see down the center of it here. One will go on the inside. This will be the inside over here. Goes on the inside of the window. This one will screw through on the outside, and we'll have our hose going in this way. This vent will go in here, bringing the heat into the trailer. I have this end here which will circulate some of the air back outside into the heater, so they tell me it runs a little more efficiently if you circulate it from inside to outside. I may also use this here dryer vent. I'm not sure which one's going to work better than the other. But this is the type of window we have, and it'll work perfect on this end. As you see, I've got the screen out, the window, there's no obstructions in there. I've also got one at the far end of the trailer here, so I can actually make two of those inserts and put it at this end if I prefer. Anyways, with no further ado here, we'll get to it, show you how to install it. Anyways, for the outside cover, this is what we have here. My friend Dan came up with the idea of putting a seal around it, so when this is on during a heavy rain or anything, you can't get water down through this while the window is open. Excellent idea, I thought. And he chose to use a type of weather stripping, whereas myself, as you could see, I've got a roll of this Butol RV tape, and to me it works excellent. It sticks on there. So yeah, that's your choice of what you want to do with it. It's just an extra little insurance against any water entering into your trailer unit. As you can see, this is what it looks like from the inside of the trailer. This will be the heat intake on this side. This side will be sucking the air back out through this vent and into the diesel heater again to recirculate a little bit warmer air. We'll go outside here and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. And this is the view from outside the unit. As you can see, I've got two 4-inch exactly, quarter-inch bolts, one on each end, and that will sandwich the other piece of plywood together here. The reason for the styrofoam here is when you do open the window, so it won't drop down, the window sits on that while you're putting it together. It makes it a little more convenient. The circle in the middle means nothing. It's just an older piece of styrofoam I picked up and I used for this purpose. These 1/4-inch bolts, by the way, I put washers and nuts on them to just secure them steady there while I'm sandwiching and screwing the other board down and tightening it up. Okay, I'll grab the other board and we'll stick that on and we'll show you what that looks like. This is pretty well what it looks like when you get the two pieces, the one inside and the outside piece sandwiched together. I can go over here and put these nice little wing nuts here that I got from Home Depot and tighten them together. Once all that's done, I could go inside and put my fitting in there, my hoses. My diesel heater will sit down here on this step ladder. I really enjoyed the comfort of the other one I had in my Arctic Fox fifth wheel. It just makes it so much enjoyable. There we are, and I can tighten that up to any tightness I want. These are a great heater, though, these H-Calorie. They say they burn for 62.5 hours on 7.5 liters of fuel. It's got a nice fuel gauge on the side there, and as you can see, it's got its own tank in here. You open up this lid here, you can pull out the remote control, and this remote control has a temperature sensor on the end, and it also has a CO2 sensor, which I really like. There's an extension wire you can use if you're doing tent camping with these heaters. You can extend it so you can bring this here unit right up into the tent, but I wouldn't see why you would do that when you've got this remote that you can just bring into the tent. You can adjust the temperature, and yeah, get it to the way you want it. I think we're really going to enjoy this heater. We'll set it up and have a look and let you see things running after, and tell you what kind of heat we're getting off of our unit here. Anyways, this is the finished product of the install and the diesel heater here. Give me a look at it. This is the air intake. I've got it coming from inside the trailer, which is warmer air. They say it works better that way. And then here's the hot air intake into the trailer. So I'll just add that to our little video. I've had to put a reducer in here from 4-inch to 3-inch here. That's on the H-Calorie Toolbox Max model. Hope you enjoyed that.